what we had.
Exactly. And that's what I'm saying. 99.9 times when people fight so hard over something, here in Nigeria, it is not driven by the greater good. It is usually for selfish or sectional interests. And so far, everything that has played out has borne me right. Okay. None of the actors here have shown that they are doing all the
love of the game.
They are doing is for the love of the game. It has always been to ensure that certain people get.
It's all about who gets what and who is in certain positions. All right, let's bring you up to speed, and we put an update together of the crisis, the things that has happened, and the things that will likely happen. And I'm hoping you're going to get to see that. And Tunde has already told you some of it. Okay, that's it on your screen. Okay, let me relay it out to you and allow my partners on the show discuss it. Congress dissolved Maigari-led NFF board.
And their tenure actually ended
yes.
due to a fluxion of time. That was yesterday.
Okay, so three-man committee chaired by Ephraim Chukwuemeka to run the NFF secretariat alongside General Secretary Musa Ahmadu, who figures a lot in all of this. His name's been mentioned.
Figures prominently.
By all the factions. We'll get to that. Elections to the NFF Executive Committee to hold on September 4. We already have a president on one side.
There's also another issue. Some are saying it will be held in Abuja. Some are saying it will be held in Calabar 2 days before the Super Eagles play Congo. So we need further clarification regarding
Congress dissolved LFF Electoral Committee and Appeals Committee. These are some of the things that has happened as the NFF leadership crisis as it's concerned. And of course, the factional NFF President Chris Giwa, he actually resumed office today. Now, bear your mind on all of those things that we've put together. Tunde has told us it's a divided house, and it looks like everyone going far and far apart. We thought when FIFA waded into the issue, probably everything was going to be settled. But now it looks like we're heading for more problems.
Well, when FIFA said our situation is becoming confusing to them, it's our situation is becoming confusing to them. Okay. What they are trying to tell us is that we are giving you the simplest means to resolve this crisis. Follow the statute. We give you an express order. This is what should be done so that your football will not become what we used to in 2010, in 2006, after every World Cup, or after we fail to qualify for every major World Cup, then we have this crisis again. Do the proper thing so that we don't have this again comes to hit our face again in 2018 after the World Cup in Russia, to qualify eventually. But it just, I don't know, is there any kind of ways we can resolve this thing? Now we are turning into political, we are looking for a political solution to a football matter, because that's what it's tending to.
It looks like that's the only solution.
So, and it's just when two elephants fight, or a different kind of elephant. This one is not was two elephants.
It's not two anymore.
It's the gases that suffer. It's the football that suffers.
Okay.
The players will suffer. Because at the end of the day, once FIFA comes into this matter, what they will do, now as a committee, 90 days, then everything will come to order. And at the end of the day, whoever wins the election. But if they say they want to ban Nigeria, they may just do it closer to the Nations Cup qualifier.
Yeah.
Because we have no other, they may just do it on a Friday.
And Tunde,
on Saturday we play qualifiers. Maybe Congo will
guys,
just say,
it seems that's the only thing that makes us listen. 2 or 3 days.
The threat of a FIFA ban, yeah.
And before you know it, some people get calls.
And that is what bothers me. The fact that it has to resort to the threat of a ban for everyone to sit up and
do the right thing.
You mentioned the fact that we might need a political solution to this. That is a possibility, because you cannot dispute the fact that the hand of politics is clean in this particular crisis. We've heard, we've seen the actions and the statements of the Minister of Sports, Chairman of the National Sports Commission, Dr. Otamino Danagogo. We've also heard that the Secretary to the Federation has also waded in at some point in time as well. We might even heard stories that some members of the Senate were also involved at some point in time. So it just might come to that. Okay. Where a political solution will be called, and basically it involves calling all the key actors, or the belligerents as it were, putting them in one room and giving them an ultimatum.
Making them, forcing them to make a
decision. Because unfortunately, these gentlemen are at extreme loggerheads. They are at different ends of the divide. There is no way that I can see all these men sitting down and reaching an amicable result. So what might happen is that they will be put in a room, and maybe by some kind of
keys thrown away.
Maybe some subtle threats to be made. Some some directives to be given. That look, gentlemen, you either toe the party line in quotes, or other things might happen.
All right. Okay. Let's move on. Let's bring to you the new NFF Electoral Committee. We were talking about some of the updates, and we're saying that changes have been made. So let's allow you to see that, and we'll talk about that and talk about some of the other things that will likely happen in the days to come. And this is what we're talking about, the new NFF Electoral Committee as it stands. And we've talked about having, is it 2 or 3 factions now? Decisions.
I've lost count.
Decisions taken from the other side. We're in elections on September 4. But this is a new NFF Electoral Committee.
And which faction is this one?
Well, I guess
if an election has been held,
if
an election has been held and a president and a board has been chosen, then how come we have a new NFF Electoral Committee? Well, but just let's continue. The chairman is Samson.
Those are the questions that will be answered in the days to come. Well, now, quickly run us through some of these names.
Well, these are names that some are familiar, some are not so familiar. We have Samson Ebome, who is the chairman, NT Ahmed members, Olumide Oluyemi member, Adamu Sani, Osman, Sadiq Yusuf Zaria, Chimdi Hojiehu, Onyegara, Obioma, some members of the Electoral Committee, Adela, also a member, Sani Dairu, Yakasai is also a member, Musa Ahmad, who is the General Secretary of the NFF, Secretary, which I think is according to the statute.
This decision was taken by 40 out of the 44
delegates.
Congress delegates.
So if 40 out of the 44 delegates took this decision, who are the delegates who voted elected? That elected the.
So that's the confusing thing here. But the fact is that one, of course, according to FIFA statute, some people follow statutes.
See, and it brings us to this: which of these bodies or which of these actions taken is endorsed by FIFA? Because on one side, I mean, one person could lay claim to be the NFF president. On the other side, some people lay claim to be the NFF without a president. So all of these issues, shortly, we'll try to clarify all of these issues and see what we can. But it's really confusing as we speak. I think it's more than confusing. It's become a theater of the absurd as we speak. But we'll continue to hope that things will get better for Nigeria. All right, what we're going to do right now, we're going to go on a break. When we return from that break, we'll look at some other issues that have arisen from the NFF crisis that seems to be getting deeper and deeper. Join us again.
We need to follow the rules, the statutes, and what are the regulations. If it was decided that the Congress of today will be to chart a new roadmap as advised and directed by FIFA, we have to ensure that that is what is done. And you cannot change an addenda on the day of the meeting and now propose that elections should take place, because you're not being fair to other contestants that are not there and they actually want to participate in the elections. I mean, they were not aware that elections were going to take place today. I'm sure they didn't campaign for it. And then, therefore, we decided that the Congress, the proper Congress, made up of 44 members, 40 of those 44 members as chairmen and their secretaries were here today. And a proper Congress, as directed, took place, and a new roadmap has been fashioned out, which means that there will be, by the grace of God, on Thursday, the 4th of September, an elective Congress of the Nigeria Football Federation to usher in a new board that will run the affairs of the Federation from 2014 to 2018.
Many factors define your health. Some you can control, while others are simply beyond you. On Health News, we highlight all these factors and through medical experts provide information that will help you take informed decisions on healthy living, nutrition, and keeping fit. Get incisive health policy analysis. Health News, promoting good health.
Well, that was the General Secretary of the Nigerian Football Federation, Musa Ahmadu. When you get to the market, you hear a lot of voices. and sometimes you have to concentrate very well to know
To distinguish.
which one is actually speaking to you. But Tunde, I think he answered, I mean,
I think he answered
some of the questions.
and even answered Chris Giwa himself.
Yeah.